Hey there everybody, and welcome to the channel. I'm your host, Apuborama, and in today's video, we are going to be doing taxi work. And that is because in the latest update of Grand Theft Auto Online, Rockstar buffed taxi work quite substantially. But this business is not a very good one, so a substantial buff to a business that's not very good still could be a bad business. In today's video, I'll be letting you know everything you're going to want to about taxi work, if it's worth your time, how you make money with it, and how much money you can earn to begin with. A quick thank you to my sponsor, U4GM. If you guys are looking for discounted shark cards and millions of dollars, make sure to check the link in the pinned comments down below. And use code POOB for 5% off. Now you'll notice that I was doing taxi work in my Classique Broadway, but I decided not to. And there's a pretty simple reason why. You see, the Broadway is really cool. After completing 50 taxi jobs, you will have this vehicle unlock a taxi livery. And we can see that here. Unlocking that livery also gives you the ability to do taxi work with it, which is really cool. However, in reality, it just doesn't make sense because the normal taxi is better in every way. First of all, the Broadway is only a two-door, which means if anybody gets off to the side of your taxi where it's driver's side, they have to walk all the way around, and sometimes the NPCs like to walk 1 mile an hour, which means it's just wasting time. The other thing about the Classique Broadway is that it's literally slower in every way compared to the normal taxi. It has worse handling. I even put off-road tires on my Broadway to make it handle better, and it's still literally way worse than the normal base taxi that you get for free. So that's the first thing I should mention right now, is that the Broadway is not what you should be using for taxi work. Even if you own it, yes, it's cool to flex, oh look, I've got this livery, but in reality, just don't waste your time. Use the normal taxi, especially because you can purchase one on Warstock and upgrade it. With that being said, how does taxi work actually make money? And is it good money? Well, the way Rockstar buffed this business is by tripling the amount of income you can make. So we can see right now I have a fare of $268 and a tip of $2,600. And after arriving from point A to point B with our customer here, we are going to get paid. It's as simple as that. You're picking up people and you're bringing them to a separate location. It's just like dispatch work for the cops, but instead you're doing this for taxi work. Now, there's a couple things I should mention about how this business makes money. For example, the further of a drive you have to go from point A to point B, the less money you make. Now, that sounds kind of goofy, right? You'd think the further the distance you have to go, the more money you'd make. But nope, that's not how taxi work actually is. In reality, the further the distance, the less money. You'll notice that we just went from $2,500 to $2,400 on my tip. And that is because the longer it takes you to complete a fare, the less money you make. Yeah, isn't that a little bit rat? So Rockstar can give you a further distance to go, and instead of making more money, you're going to make less money because the further the distance, the less money you make due to it slowly decreasing over time. So yeah, that kind of sucks. Rockstar literally screws you for getting longer distances. When it comes to the actual payout, each time you complete a taxi job, you are going to get an increase on your tip by about $300. It's kind of goofy, the fare doesn't go up, but yeah, the tip goes up by about $300. And it does this 10 times. So if you do 10 taxi jobs, you're going to get about a $3,000 increase from when you started. And judging that you start at $3,000 per job, that means you're going to get about $6,000 per person, plus the fare each time you do it. So it sounds great, you know, if that was real life, you'd be the richest person in the world for doing taxi work. But in reality, well, that's not that much money. Each taxi drop-off takes you around 2 minutes to do. 2 to 3 minutes, depending on how far the destination is and how long it takes you to drive to pick up that person. So this one here, we can see we are now $2,900 of a tip and a fare of $305. So that's close to around $3,200 for this drop-off. But you have to remember that we have to drive literally across the map from point A to point B. So we're going to do that right now. Just keep on driving. Again, it's a 2-mile drive in total. And, I mean, that's not too long. I mean, that's only probably like a minute and a half of driving. It's not too bad. But at the end of the day, there you go. We just lost a bit on our fare, which absolutely sucks. I should also mention, if you crash, you're also going to lose money on your amount of money you make with the business. So in general, you can't crash, but you also have to drive as fast as humanly possible, or you're going to lose money. Yeah, that makes sense, right? Yeah, So Rockstar's basically screwing you in 2 different ways. So we still have another mile before we make it to this destination. We'll see if I can make it there before we lose another tick on the business. Had to slow down or we were going to crash. Keep on going. 0.7 miles, 2,000. Oh, yep, there it goes. Ticks down again a little bit. So we went from $2,800, 2,870 to 2,700 already. And that is quite a substantial decrease in how much we're making. We still have another 0.4 miles left to go. So we got to drive all the way over here. Then we got to roll around this corner, and here we go. All right, and now we got to make it around here, up through the vineyards, around the corner, and there you go. We have finally made it. Look at that. We lost another amount of money. So we went from 2,870 to down to 2,600. Like, really? That's a $300 decrease, bro. That is so useless. So in 2 jobs, we have been able to earn $5,600. So I'm going to keep doing taxi work. I'm going to cut to when we're back, and we're going to see how much money we can earn per job at the max income of 10 fares. So I've been doing taxi work for quite a while now. We are on our 12th fare completed, and I finally earned just about $50,000. We can see that one there. I earned $4,800 in total, and it brought us all the way over to Sandy Shores. So how much money are you going to be earning at the max payout? As I said, once you reach your 10th fare, you are at max payout. Well, it should be about $4,800, but you have to remember that that is max payout. So if we make our way around this corner here and we get right to this person we need to pick up, we're going to see when they get in the vehicle that it should be around a $4,800, $4,700 fare. There you go, $4,980. That one was actually a bit higher than I expected. We have to drive 2.2 miles. Now you have to remember that driving from point A to point B is slowly going to decrease the amount of money you make while you're driving there, which absolutely sucks. So while it does look that we're going to make like, what, $5,300 if you add in the fare, in reality it's probably going to be closer to around $4,800, $4,700. On average, it's taking me 3 minutes to pick up a person and then bring them from point A to point B, because I not only have to drive to the location where the person is I have to pick up, but then I have to drop them off at their destination. So as I said, it's about 3 minutes, and I'm earning, let's say on average at best, $5,000 per delivery. So that means in 9 minutes, which would be 3 drop-offs, I'm earning $15,000. $15,000 in 9 minutes. So that means we could do that 6 times. So that would be $60,000, and then it would be 6 times 5, which is 35. So we'd be earning just under $100,000 every hour if we were to do taxi work and get $5,000 every single fare once we got the top 10 deliveries. I want you to think about that. $100,000 every hour. That's it. $100,000. Holy bad. That shows just how worthless taxi work is. I mean, even this one here where we had a very high fare and we completed everything properly, we're still not even going to earn $5,000. It's closer to $4,800. So I would say doing everything properly, you're going to be looking at around $90,000 to $85,000 every hour doing this business. That's useless, bro. That is absolutely useless. Even if Rockstar gives us triple payout for this business, it's still only going to be earning around $250,000 to $60,000 an hour. Bro, I can do vehicle cargo and earn more than that. Quite a bit more. And vehicle cargo isn't a constant thing where you have to worry about not crashing, where you have to drive at top speed. I'm going to be honest, guys. Taxi work is still an absolute waste of time. You have the Cluck and Bell Farm Raid, which in 40 minutes will earn you around $500,000. So I want you to compare that. In 40 minutes, we can earn $500,000, or in an hour, I can earn close to $80,000 to $90,000. Whoopee! Plus, you're going to be spending a good 30 to 40 minutes in taxi work, earning the money to get to that 10 fare total. So yeah, what a freaking joke. Do not waste your time on taxi work. I warned you. It is an absolutely awful business. It is a waste of your time. And yeah, unless this business is able to earn upwards of around $200,000 base per hour, and then Rockstar gives you like double income and you can make $400,000, I'm just going to keep saying it's worthless, because as of right now, it really is worthless. The amount of effort you have to put into this business is a complete joke, because remember, you have to constantly pay attention. If you make any crashes, any mishaps, you're losing money. So I completed 13 fares in around I mean, 40, 50 minutes there and $54. Like, that is actually awful. Yeah, I don't know what to say, guys. That's pretty bad. Let me know what you guys think about taxi work in the comments down below, but please do not waste your time on it. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.